G'day and welcome to the finals of TI11. This is our lower bracket round 5, I believe. The last match. Sorry. The last of the 4 matches being played at this TI. And we have Team Aster in one corner and Team Liquid in the other. First picks and bans already have happened. We have Enigma, Nyx, and Lifesteal taken up by Aster. Liquid have removed the Primal Beast, Sven, Mars, and Naga. And our picks, CM, first pick from Aster with the Leshrac, and Marcy being grabbed first by Liquid, as well as the Brood Mother. Now this is quite interesting because we have had a 5-day break between the last series, and if you remember the last series, it was Liquid Thunder Awaken, and my goodness, that series was insane.
10 seconds remaining.
What the last series we saw? Man, my brain is not quite there yet. It's warming up. It's warming up. That's the last series I have in my mind anyway. So the teams have had a chance to do plenty of research, plenty of strategizing, plenty of thinking about how to solve some issues in drafts. And Crystal Maiden is still highly valued, so obviously very strong early on. Global Mana Aura can just keep heroes farming, but also sustained in sort of little skirmishes. And the ultimate, if you get to channel it, even for a couple of seconds, can deal an immense amount of damage. Also makes the opposition team want to pick some sort of stun. You know, because that Crystal Maiden, you can't really beat through her with the plus 20 armor she gets when the freezing field is active. Brood Mother, pick from Team Liquid, wants to control one side of the map, making sure that other side of Aster cannot farm really in their own jungle when that spider just takes it over with all the spiderlings. Makes it very difficult for any supports to sort of wander in that area. Crystal Maiden is really just food for a Brood Mother. Yay, Tamer12, welcome into the stream. Lich, as well as Lina. So Lina will probably be the mid for Liquid. Lich and Marcy support pairing. And this is good. I think Lich wants to be with a support pairing, that, like another support that goes in, or at least a 3 who can sort of get in there. So Marcy and Lich, perfect little matchup there. To allow Liquid to sort of initiate in those mid-game fights, and also just sort of just immediately post-laning phase. You have the rebound with the ice armor, keeps them nice and slow, makes Marcy survivable. They can't really turn around on her. And the setup for the fight is done and dusted then. Yay, Toskek, welcome in the stream. Liquid are doing it. This is elimination. Elimination. So one of these teams is not going through. Aster have grabbed the Spirit Breaker and the Sniper in the second phase. So Spirit Breaker just is probably that quintessential hero to control a fight. Can get the bashes through BKB. So it's always a little bit scary if you sort of pick yourself a hero that is really reliant on the BKB, because Spirit Breaker can just waste a lot of that duration.
5 seconds.
Sniper is becoming more and more popular as this TI has gone on. And you know, when you pick a sniper, you want to really have some good front line, something that can sort of almost body block, guard the sniper so they can get the damage occurring. Leshrac is just going to be running in. The thing about the 2 cores so far on the side of Aster, Leshrac running in, trying to draw the attention to himself and hopefully being able to survive with the Bloodstone. Spirit Breaker charging through to make some space. Crystal Maiden will be hanging off to the edges, offering what control they can. And while this is all happening, Sniper will be in the back line. The question is there really any good targets for the Sniper? At the moment, not really. I mean, Marcy's about it, but Marcy will probably have Frost Armor on, making it very hard to bring down. Lina will be attacking from a long range as well. And Lich will probably be more playing towards the back of the fight. Brood Mother, the spiders will be heading in. So in terms of Sniper actually being able to get on target, in this game. It's a little bit difficult.
10 seconds remaining.
I do want to note, Drow has not been banned. We did see Lina Drow end of last week. We did a little bit of testing with the attack speed. Lina with the Fiery Souls up on 7, plus the Drow marksmanship agility. It's pretty insane how fast the Lina attacks. So just throwing that out, that is still available in this draft. It's almost like Lina Drow up against Sniper, the battle of the ranged heroes. The way that was against the Leshrac as well, and the Lina Drow were able just to cut through the Leshrac's HP, and the Bloodstone just could not deal enough damage.
10 seconds remaining.
Now, I'm sure Team Liquid are aware of this. In fact, it might even been Team Liquid that ran it. I mean, this break between games is no blessing to your commentators. Try to remember which teams picked which heroes, but definitely a Lina Drow against the Leshrac, and they just melted it. He's a Bloodseeker. I guess Pango is not banned. Oh no, Pango is banned. Really my mistake. So keeping that Leshrac sort of locked down, decent against Spirit Breaker as well. Wants to sort of run around in the fights, keep the charges going, but primarily against the Leshrac. The Bloodseeker will be really good. Leshrac doesn't really do the right clicks. Wants to move forward, wants to chase after people, and with a Rupture on, won't be able to do that. Now, Bloodseeker is one of these heroes that is very heavily reliant on a BKB to at least survive the initiation. He is quite sustainable if you can find yourself a creep wave, sort of mid-team fight, and get the heals up. Or even a neutral camp, you can heal up a little bit and be able to go back in. So he's not sort of fully reliant on the BKB. He can sort of dip in and out. But certainly the initial burst, the BKB, keeps the Bloodseeker alive. It'll be the Underlord for XSS last. So just trying to negate that physical right-click damage coming out from the Lina, from the Bloodseeker. Even Boxy on the Marcy, Broodmother with the spiders. Although the spider damage is a lot of poison damage now. I'm not going to pretend to understand how that poison damage works, or the different damage type that I think the damage type changed on the spiders at one point, but it won't be fully negated by the Underlord pick. So for Aster, we have the Underlord in the off lane. Monet will take the Sniper to the safe lane. Baboka and Pichu will be on the supports of Spirit Breaker and Crystal Maiden, and Ori will be in the mid lane with Leshrac. Team Liquid, Matu on the Bloodseeker in the safe lane, Mike mid Lina, Zai on the off lane Broodmother with that set that I find disgusting. Boxy on the 4 Marcy and Insania on the 5 Lich. I can say, I mean, I guess Zai has decent damage once you get the level in Insatiable Hunger for the lane. When you sort of pick a Marcy, you really want to take advantage of that early laning phase that you have. You know, the rebound into Dispose back is really, really strong. And if you have even just your +1 on the lane, having a slow or a stun that can combine with that, it's really quite devastating. So, Broodmother, I have to see how Broodmother goes in that lane, see if you can get good value out of the Marcy's early game power spikes.
Prepare for battle.
Quickly do our predictions. Sure. Why not? Let's get them out of the way. Okay, both teams are smoking out. Level 1, getting down that Obs Vision. Ori won't be seen. Neither will this one. Okay, we'll do a little bit of a the old bait. It's the mind games early on. You love to see it. Both teams just pretending like, yeah, I haven't just planted a ward. I'll walk forward a little bit more now with no ward in my... It's in range. They're walking up the high ground. They want to try and deny. Oh, Mike was close. He was close to getting the deny, but not quite fast enough. See the 4 members of Aster all descend on it. They sort of guessed the bait. The bait didn't really work. So 1 ward will be taken down early. Secondary ward for Liquid are up on this high ground. Zai sort of can't be at the moment. He's been seen. Pichu hold the Frostbite. Didn't use it straight away. Keep scouting out. That water's cover. There's another ward on the low ground here for the side of Aster. They're quite aware of what's going on that side of the map. We're a contester in the top side. Looks like XSS will just, his huge Underlord body will get in the way of Insania. And the Frostless will have to be happy with walking away without the bounty. In the mid lane, we're going to have Ori on the Leshrac. He'll be laning up against Mickey, playing the Lina. I have to see whether he goes magical or physical this game. In the safe lane for Aster, CM handled by Pichu, supporting Monet on the Sniper. They'll be laning against Boxy on the 4 Marcy and Zai on the Spider. Broodmother placing other webs already. This could be quite an aggressive lane actually from both sides. On the top side, Baboka for Spiritbreaker, supporting XSS in the off lane on the Underlord, and they're up against Insania on the Lich and Martu on the Bloodseeker. Government should be able to sustain in this lane quite well, just with the levels in Thirst. Shouldn't really have any issues. He's gone for the triple slippers, Fairy Fire, Quelling Blade build to begin with on Martu. So he's sitting at 71 damage plus the Quelling Blade. So he's really equating for the Underlord in this early start. Underlord didn't go for Atrophy straight away, but when he does, Martu is equipped and ready to get the farm on in this top lane. This mid lane, Lina should be favored. Ori will probably have to send a little bit of regen. He's got the bottle queued up, so with that bottle and water runes, shouldn't have any issue at all. Both of those, yeah, 520 gold as opposed to 534. Both will have the bottles very soon. And once Mickey gets a level in Fiery Soul, Ori will really have trouble sort of holding on this mid lane against the Lina. Bottom side, Zai has already been a lot of pressure being applied to him. Headshot level 1, as well as the Frostbite. You can see a couple of mangoes. Pichu might even send out a couple more mangoes for this lane, just to keep the constant harass going. Boxy did miss the courier. There's a couple of mangoes. Look at that. A couple of mangoes coming out already. This bottom lane is going to be quite aggressive. Once particularly Boxy gets level 2, I think level 2 on Pichu with the Crystal Nova as well. That voice line has the sound of a Storm Spirit Electric Vortex in the background, and I have to say that is a little bit disorientating when I hear an Electric Vortex going off and there is no Storm Spirit in the game. That would be even worse if there was a Storm Spirit in the game. So just pause to begin with here. I mean, both teams are in the stadium, so I'm sure, yeah, they're not even having to give a reason. I mean, obviously there's a disconnect, there'd be a reason for it. Wait. Killing for the time being. But let's think about this Lina, whether it be a magic damage build or physical damage build this game. It's likely we're going to see a BKB on Ori. And I think Mickey just wants to be able to just brute force through this Lina, or through this Leshrac from range with the Lina. With the physical damage. That would be what I would be hedging towards at this point. But it's a little bit situational. We'll have to wait and see how that heads up. At the moment, 4-0 up into the, or 5-0 up against 3-2. Mickey should start to get control of that lane pretty soon. Zai with the passive regen is just trying to stay within XP range, getting anything he can, but you can see the positioning of Monet and Pichu on this bottom lane. Standing right in front of the creep wave, just making sure Zai struggling to get an XP, still level 1 at the moment. Actually behind the tier 1 at the moment. And Boxy has this level in rebound. I have level 2 though. With the Frost Nova and the Frostbite up. Be an issue. There's the rebound coming forward. Just the one-man stun though. Down underneath the shrapnel. Monet, he's trying to click, get the headshot procs. But still, they're only level 1 on Boxy. It was a fairly aggressive move there from Aster to just straight underneath the tower and contest that creep wave. But now, Boxy should be able to get his level 2 with these creeps. And certainly the side of Aster cannot play so aggressive on that bottom side once the Marcy has the dispose ready as well. We have a charge. Just to secure the rune at the moment. So it will be water runes both sides. Bottles picked up. And 2 levels in Dragon Slave and 1 in the Fiery Soul. We'll just keep this Lina moving to the bottom side. There has been a rebound forward. Monet is in trouble. Boxy needs to get a couple more right clicks. One more will probably do it. One more spider web. Yeah, that's it. First blood. Boxy will kill the safe laner of Aster. And as I said, hit this level 2 on the Marcy. And even with Zai, who's just got the level 1 Insatiable Hunger, level 1 in webs at the moment, they can get the job done. And I think this could just happen again. They need to be careful. Boxy's just waiting off to the side. He has both spells ready to go. Almost baiting this Crystal Maiden forward a little bit here. Maybe they think that Marcy has gone elsewhere, but he's still hanging around. R2 now level 3, 2 in the Thirst, can sustain here. Going for the maxed out atrophy early as well, 102 build. Just to make sure that the physical damage from the Bloodseeker and making it a little more difficult for him to last hit. Also getting that own bonus damage from the Atrophy Aura, contesting his last hits as well. XSS starting with a very strong lane here as well. 18 and 3. Top of the last hits. 3 minutes 20 in. Zai, on the other hand, posing off laner, is really, really struggling. 9 and 2. Just made it to last hits. There's the spin web. Boxy with the dispose back. And I don't think that the Frost Nova and Frostbite are not going to save you here. And in fact, Zai went for an early point in the Silken Bowler. Obviously, this is a good play topside. Insania is running away. Frost Armor has been used, and XSS did get reasonably low. I think Matama Man got a good chance to whack in a little bit of damage there. Oka is thinking about it. Has a charge up. Just pulling the wave through. R2 does drag it back. Immediate D-Woods there from Insania. Not letting that stand at all. Yeah, so the early point in the Silken Bowler, just enabling this Marcy a little bit more, and I think that was important. A lot of Broodmothers will just go for the sort of 1-2-0 build, just to emphasize getting that regen. And Zai, that'd be very tempting this lane, considering he's under a lot of pressure. There's the Frostbite and the Nova. Shrapnel on top, he should be able to walk it off, even with that last headshot. Yeah, at this point, he's sort of thinking, yeah, actually, topside, Baboka, Blood right on the ground, the TP out, he will just get away. Just TP. I don't think we have a level in the Sinister Gaze yet, no. So, no way to cancel that TP in this top lane. But, although the Spirit Breaker does live, I mean, he's not in the lane anymore, so it almost achieves the same thing. Charge coming mid towards Mickey. Has 5 sticks. Boots. Copying clarity. Baboka does cancel the charge. And rebound in, catching Monet again. Silken Bowler. Boxy has to dispose back with the Insatiable Hunger. They're really going to work on Monet. Frostbite on Zai. He's got to run back into the trees, leaving Boxy to get the work done. And with that side kick damage, I mean, that was no joke. Just a level 1, bonus 20 damage. Slapping for about 100 a pop on Boxy. And this sniper just doesn't have the HP to live through, and Zai's just going to heal up from the Insatiable Hunger. While the sniper's not in the lane, and he'll be perfectly fine. TP's coming mid. Charge. But Boxy, he's here. They're trying to catch Mickey. Split Earth onto the deck with the stun. Boxy disposed, trying to throw him away. LSA onto 2. TP's coming in. It is cancelled from Insania, and now Boxy, he might be in trouble as well. He's gone under the T1 tower. That won't save him. As Ori takes him out, and looky, it's a catapult wave. Aster timing that rotation to perfection. There's going to be a lot of damage done to this tower. Charge now coming bottom. There's the Frostbite onto Zai. And the charge going to come through underneath the tower, finishing off the kill. Aster making some swift movements around the map. And look at this. With the catapult on bottom lane, just using the strength of this mobility of the Spirit Breaker. They're just moving around the map so quickly. And look at this. This tower might even fall. I mean, mid tower lost 2/3 HP. The catapult's still whacking. Bottom tower, they're glyphing it. I think they're going to take it 6 minutes in. Ori's here as well. This is it. Bottom tower is gone, so Zai actually might even be a blessing in disguise for him. He's going to be a lot more uncontested behind his tower here, so that might even be a positive for him. Obviously, the goal going into the pockets of Aster and sort of the path into the triangle now is open, and already you can see Insania dropping down some sentries, knowing now that that triangle is not as safe as it was, or should be this early on. Tier 1 tower mid for Liquid as well, down to 521 HP. And Ori probably can just push that, even though he's at 1 in Diabolic Edict. Shouldn't have really that many issues trying to take that down when he wants to go for it. Insania is in the area at the moment with the 2 levels of the Frost Shield. Consider the Leshrac is top of the net worth, 3.8k gold. 7.5 minutes in. Matu's not too far behind, and he should escalate his farm now. 3 levels in the Thirst, Phase Boots. He will farm quickly now. I think even with the Javelin as well, he's close to 1,500 gold away from that Maelstrom charge. Baboka does cancel it. The Space Cow pulls back once again, uses Restraint. And Monet will have to do some catching up. Although he's still ahead of Zai. So Zai, despite getting the kills on this bottom lane, is lingering at the bottom of the net worth. Boxy though, getting that, well, Boxy actually probably got the kills. He's on 1,700, top of the sort of net worth for the supports. And this stack has been taken by Monet, and that'll catch him up pretty quickly. Zai's just soaking a little bit of XP. He's chilling around. There's the charge. They see him. Frostbite into the Nova, and Zai, he's getting in trouble. He's running uphill straight towards Baboka. Secondary Frostbite. He goes down again. You got to be careful on this Broodmother. Once they get you, once they have the vision of you once, Barra can just charge on through and secure that vision for the rest of the team. Foxy trying to, 2 supports trying to soak a little bit of XP on this bottom lane, but Zai will turn up and they'll happily hand it over to their offlaner who's had a pretty miserable start. Baboka as well, trying to get himself towards that level 6 in the mid lane. Level 5 now. Doubt he'll probably have the book charge. Hey, there it is. Rebound towards the LSA and the Laguna Blade. Baboka, he almost gets the charge away, but
It's the humiliation.
that was a swift rotation there from Liquid. Catching out this support, trying to get a little bit of XP. Meanwhile, top side, Pichu using the Tumblers toy, just jumping forward, didn't quite get in range. 3 levels now in the Frostbite. So it's a very good lockdown this early on before DKBs come out. This Frostbite is a very, very strong spell. Long duration lockdown as well as the damage. This tier 1, are they even defending it? Liquid might be letting it go. Charge coming forward onto Mickey. They're gonna go. Ooh, thought about going for it. Pops the on the back line. Marcy was in no man's land and just got caught out. Split Earth getting the job done there. It is a level 3 Split Earth, so plenty of damage, plenty of radius. One of the odd stuns in the game that doesn't actually scale its duration with leveling up Split Earth. 2 seconds at all levels, and it's just the damage plus the radius that really improves, which obviously is very important. Monet's playing safely now on the top side of the map. Insania's got an Idmiz rune, has got a level in Sinister Gaze. Seems a bit of a, maybe a +1 to get on top of this sniper. Only level 4 though on the Frost, on the Lich. 2 levels in Frost Shield. And with the potential of a Spirit Breaker charge, I think Liquid and Insania will just decide that that probably isn't the best idea at the moment. I believe it is Maelstrom being sent out now for side of Liquid. There it is on the courier. And we have a 2-man smoke moving through the jungle there, looking for this Broodmother again. Level 6 on both supports, and if they catch sight of Zai, he will die. But now with the spiders online as well, can sort of play a little bit more behind, let the spiders do the work. Patient move here from Pichu and Baboka. They see him there, get a little bit of vision, but not enough. There's the charge. Rift coming in from the edge. XSS has the Firestorm damage as well as the Pit. And that's once again a dead spider. XSS just come back to the mid lane with the portal. The gate. So once again, really clean rotation there from Aster. Not wasting any time on the map. Their 2 supports went for a smoke. 4 joined to get the finishing touches off. It's really, really efficient play by Aster at the moment around the map. Boker is showing forward. Stun onto Mickey. There's the Pit on the deck. Throw back. Foxy disposed. Rebound forward with the LSA, but be careful with Monet showing up. Frost Armor is used over onto Mickey. Turning around Insania with the Chain Frost. Only bounces a couple of times. There's the right click damage from this Lina now. Rupture has been used, but the TP is out. And now the LSA moving forward. They're on to Monet. And with the Unleash popped on Boxy, there's no way that Sniper's getting out of here. All the while, Mickey had the DD there. Able to live about 200 HP. Very, very happy with that side of Team Liquid. Taking a 3-for-1 trade, and it was just their 5. Insania dying there. You know, just happy to push the button a few more times and say, yeah, I'll take that. You know, that's in your pub games when the question mark comes out. Yeah, the pos fire dies and you get map position, you get some kills for your cause. All works out well. Monet is reasonably under-leveled though, I'm gonna say. Like, yeah, level 8 on the sniper at the moment. That's pretty low currently for, you know, the pos 1 of side of Aster. He is working on it. He's got the Mask of Madness, and he's going to continue farming. Meanwhile, Charge, top lane, won't actually connect onto Insania with the little mini gaze, but the stun will from the ult. And Insania is able to walk it off with the Frost Shield. He's got to be careful not to push forward too far. I mean, this is the definition. He's laughing it off there, Insania. That's the definition of mind gaming your opponent. I mean, they even had the ward. The pos 5's just charging at the mid and 4 of Aster. And they turn around because like, wow, there is no way Insania is just running at us right now without any other support. Turns out he was completely alone in the top lane and just posturing that he had an army behind him. Pichu working towards the drums, being seen a lot more on the Crystal Maiden. Just that, a little bit of int, a little bit of strength, everything the Crystal Maiden wants. Movement speed. Movement speed's a swear word to any Crystal Maidens, but movement speed as well. Sort of everything you really want. And just another aura. It's a little bit of aura gaming in this meta at the moment. Boxy sending Vivoka back to his side of the map. Probably trying to get a little bit of farm here. He wants to get towards that BKB. Does use the rebound. Has to be careful. Charge now comes out. And with the follow-up of Ori, the Split Earth is probably going to be in range. There it goes, but the Frost Shield. Now Chain Frost behind. It's probably going to bounce back between the creeps and Ori. He goes down. Mickey off to the side, getting the job done. There's the disposed Boxy. Finding the catch in the trees and the rebound to follow. Oh, Boxy, Boxy, Boxy. Getting all the jobs done on the top lane. Meanwhile, mid lane, the Spiders, they're trying to get the job done, and the deny come out from Sniper. We hear a smoke. Quite strong, but without the Chain Frost, they are lacking potentially a little bit of firepower. Oh, scratch that. Unleash is ready, so firepower, tick that box once again. Mickey leading forward. They want to find the Sniper. They do with the rebound and the LSA. Rift comes in from the side. XSS throwing down. Firestorm. Freezing Field being cancelled off to the side, and now there's the rupture onto the CM. We'll just try and move forward, getting the damage done. Boxy, now the two-man LSA. Liquid, they're taking this team fight. The Leshrac will go down. It's 4 dead on the side of Aster. And Liquid, once again, the only casualty is Insania on the 5 Leshrac. It doesn't get much better for the side of Liquid in these sort of early mid-game team fights. Man walks away, he's level 12. As the Maelstrom working towards the BKB. Yeah, there was a BKB ready for Mickey in that fight. That's the timing they were looking at. And they didn't even need it. He just stood to the side. Got a couple of multi-hero LSAs and went to work with the level 4 Fiery Soul. XSS. Close though to the Wraith Pack. So all damage negation is good damage negation to keep this Leshrac alive. Ori does have the Bloodstone, so with the Wraith Pact and the Bloodstone, it's going to be very hard for him to die. But the Focus Fire from Mickey on the Lina, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to shrug off. As well as the Unleash.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Zai is slowly getting a little bit more control over this side of the map. He hasn't gone in for the Wraith Pack straight away this game. Went for a Hood of Defiance instead. Wants to have a little more survivability just to control this side. Scaring Baboka back. It is, you know, it's still a Broodmother. Now, you can't just hang around as a support. Those spiders get on top of you. You're going to lose a bunch of HP. You might not immediately die, but still, going to force you to clear out of that area. Liquid now are moving forward again. This time, not under the cover of smoke. Boxy gets down some vision. What's he going to find? Does have the 1 level in Dispose. Maxed out Rebound. Connecting with Martu. And the line is drawn. They say, this way. Across the map. And there's the 4-man smoke. Who are they going to try and catch at? If it's just Pichu on the CM, you know, Aster are probably going to be pretty happy with that. If he tanks the gank here, and in fact, it looks like he's almost positioning to do that. Although, the rest of Liquid, they're going to run into XSS on the triangle. Avoka coming through with the Nether Strike. Insania will go down. This time, though, Liquid, they're a little bit more split up. They found the CM. Freezing Field is doing a decent amount of work, but the CM will end up going down. Bloodstone has been popped. Now there's the BKB from the Tumberman and the Laguna to finish him off. Mickey comes in with a yoink. LSA further onto Baboka. Throw back with the Dispose. Mickey still chasing forward. Uses the Tumbler's Toy. Rebound will miss. Charge away. Baboka, is he actually going to live here? I think he does. 1A getting zoned back with the Blood Right. And the cheeky little charge away. I wonder if Liquid actually had any more damage. Zai may have hung around a little bit too long. He's on the... Almost got caught with the second one on the deck, but the charge is coming. Look at the headshots from this sniper, and the Assassinate will get the job done. I mean, he got headshots so many times, and I thought he might have got caught in the pit of malice the second time. That was pretty insane. I understand he popped the take aim there as well, but still, I think there was a few other headshot procs there in a row that were not guaranteed. So Zai will die once again. We're getting fairly used to it this game. A couple of illusions will scout out the side of Aster. Boxy level 10. Almost has the Mithril Hammer. It's going to be a very strong timing when the 4 of Liquid grabs themselves a BKB as well. Drums ready on the Spirit Breaker. Charging bottom. I don't know if he's actually going to get anywhere. The gate's coming in. BKB, pop from Martu. He's got no way out. He can't TP. There's the Nether Strike as well. And this is a dead Bloodseeker. The global potential from the side of Aster. With the charge coming out, you know it's going to be there. Mickey, though, LSA does miss. Rebound doesn't, though. And there's no BKB yet on Ori. The Bloodstone, he's trying to stay alive. The BKB dodge on the Split Earth. And that's a dead Leshrac. And now Liquid will control this area of the jungle. And losing Martu doesn't actually look so bad anymore. This Fiend's Gate really being put to strong effect. Mass TP's now bottom. They don't want to give up this tower charge coming through on the Mickey. There's the Pit of Malice on the deck. Needs a little bit of assistance from Zai and Boxy from the side. He's been rooted in. Mickey's got the Frost Shield. They're still trying to hit him down with the sniper. He will fall. Monet now charging forward. His escape call has been made. Insania TP's out, but the vision's been found on the Zai. He's in the pit. He's been frostbited up. You'll be here for Christmas. Pichu makes sure he hangs around a little bit longer for dinner. And it's a dead spider. Aster just punishing that sort of a half-committal movement on that bottom lane. You know, they were showing Mickey hitting the tower. And, I mean, against the Spirit Breaker, a little bit risky just to be so brazen without having your whole team there. But in mid lane, Rebound catches onto XSS. Rupture. Blood Right on the deck, but double stun from the Boka will catch the silences. Actually, I think he's just holding his ground. But Tumberman's got to run as well. I mean, this was a 3-man rotation onto the Underlord, and Liquid, they have to run away. XSS just stands his ground with the Vanguard and the Wraith Pact. A little bit extra HP from the Ogre Axe as well. And he just sort of says, yeah, come and try and kill me. Without your Lina, you are nothing. Drums popped as well now on Aster as they claim this first Roche, and I don't see a way that Liquid are going to get over here in time. Ori burning through most of his mana pool to get rid of this this Roche. The spiders will come over a little too late and find out what's going on, but it's the sniper now. Monet had such a slow start. He's now 10k net worth with the Mask of Madness and the Hurricane Pike. You know, just a couple of items, not really even any damage items yet. If he gets in range, pops that take aim and gets the 100% headshot for the next 3 seconds with that Mask of Madness popping. You know, it is really, really deadly. The side of Liquid just can't get away. Doesn't pierce the magical immunity. It is physical damage. So the BKBs will offer some protection against the headshot. But BKBs haven't been that effective this game. With the Spirit Breaker, you'll pop a BKB and it's not exactly guaranteed to do a whole lot of anything. Probably just get stunned anyway. You can't BKB TP out. Certainly can't BKB and just stand your ground with a Spirit Breaker just charging through the midst of your team fight, stunning everything and everyone in range. Monet now continue to pump away. He's even got a Grow Bow. My goodness. Look at the range already on this man. Just embodying the name Sniper. And XSS will secure the last hit on the tower. Is that double drums? It's double drums on the side of Aster. I don't know whether that's intentional or a little bit of overkill. I'm just wondering whether they stack. I don't think I've ever checked that. I don't think it does. Either way, 4-man smoke from Aster. I mean, if drums did stack, my goodness, that would be something else, but this possibly do. I think it's more likely they just want to have plenty of charges on those drums as the team fight, as the sort of the game wears on. But shows the value that Aster are putting on the drums in this meta, that they think they really are valuable, will provide plenty of stats, good little aura, and a must-have on your team. So, will look like Insania will go down with the Spirit Breaker charging through, with Monet just blinking away, a little bit of assistance. I was saying though, the top net worth heroes are still on the side of Liquid. Lina and Bloodseeker still at the top, although Zai is falling further and further behind. That's really the issue for Liquid at the moment. Zai is just falling further and further behind. He's using his spiders to farm as best he can. Got the pipe, Vlads as well, working towards the Wraith Pack. Although he's bottom of the net worth for the cause, you know, he's still getting a decent number of core items together. And will just be sort of that aura carrier for the team. He's queued up the Agnum Scepter as well. Wants to have the tripwire, the snare. Spinner's snare. It's a good ability. Just a little more lockdown, and particularly just slows down some potential aggression. When you got a Leshrac and a Spirit Breaker charging at you, throw down one of those Spinner's snares on the deck, and it can just sort of delay what is coming towards you. Give your Lina and Bloodseeker a little bit of time to maybe reposition, to set themselves up for a better team fight.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, three different heroes contributed to that Creep Wave's demise there from Aster. Making sure they gave the gold over to Ori, who has the BKB now and is potentially working towards the Shivas. It may just be a casual plate mail for the time being. But Aster, with the potential of the global, with the Fiend's Gate, they're sort of positioning on this side, knowing they can connect to the Spirit Breaker, who's back on his side of the map. And I mean, they're sort of heading towards the high ground here. It's Vodska, welcome to the stream. Yeah, don't nerf CM. First pick CM is never good. Ice Frog, I hope you're not watching. The hero isn't that good. So, Aster will continue just clicking away. Monet, he got the tower down to almost half HP, and I think he's just going to keep going. I mean, Liquid, they have to respond to this. This is their high ground. That's the Frost Shield. Ori has used the double getting stun, but the BKB to George Rusher has been used onto Ori, so he's just going to Fiend's Gate away. He's just going to Fiend's Gate away. I mean, it's a bit of a... Healing up. Come back in, maybe. It's a bit of an adaptation on the old just TP out, but it's very similar. Full-man smoke now, though, from Liquid. Moving through past the river. I'm going to try and connect with Zai. He's got the auras. He doesn't yet have the Wraith Pact. He's got the... So close. Actually, like 20 gold away from Wraith Pact. So I can just go buy it. There's LSA. Doesn't quite catch onto the CM, but the damage right-clicked will come through. Back over towards the river. Matu popped the BKB, and they got the damage over onto the Leshrac. I mean, obviously, the death of the CM was more important there.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Now, there's
attack.
no Aegis to claim, obviously, but farming up the triangle. Foxy will get the Ancients as well, and he's got his own BKB, so very strong timing now for Liquid. They've got all these BKBs ready to go to work. You can see him there, 1, 2, 3. Zai, of course, he doesn't believe in BKB. He got himself a pipe, and with the Wraith Pack now online, working towards the Spinner Snare. I think the Snare is actually going to be super relevant. When you think about the team fight of Aster, how they want to run it, they sort of want to charge in Leshrac and Spirit Breaker. And if you can sort of get past the BKB elements of the team fight, that Spinner Snare is just going to hook him, going to snare him in place and allow Liquid to take the fight how they want to. Guy's got to be careful. They even get a little bit of vision. Baboka, he's ready to come on, charging through. He's got the Shadow Blade as well, working towards the Aghanim Scepter, getting that reduced cooldown, the piercing of magic immunity. Asher now, though, on Matu, working towards the full Mjolnir. Yeah, he's a beast. So Mike and Matu are really going to have to carry the side of Liquid. Zai is just going to be hanging off the edge, giving the auras. For the side of Aster, has to be this sort of body block, the bouncers. The bouncers for the sniper. You know, you got Baboka, he's one big old bouncer. You got XSS, he's the other bouncer at the door of the nightclub. You know, and Monet is just the prince inside. Got to keep this sniper nice and protected in his spa bath, you know. He doesn't even really want to see enemies. He just wants to, you know, drop his hand and let the execution order go off. Oh, is that an enchanted quiver? Oh, it's an enchanted quiver for the sniper. Your plane's delayed as Vodka. Feels bad, man. See some wards placed down in the mid lane. Liquid want to take a fight around in this area. This is an illusion here at the moment. Okay, we'll just be caught by a pit of malice. And both teams sort of posturing around this top side of the map. Roshan will respawn in 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Teams obviously don't know that yet, but they do know that it could be up, so Spiders will come out doing a little bit of recon work. They'll see XSS, but he's really not the target they want. Or if they could catch without a BKB, the Bloodstone is down for 18 seconds. They might know this. Charge coming through from Baboka, catches onto Foxy. There's the follow-up Split Earth, and the right click's just getting done. He has a buyback if he wants to come into this. XSS pops the BKB as well. Ori will just TP away. And Liquid will look to reset Zai off to the side of the fight. Matu being caught by the charge. Zai pops in stage moment. Matu, BKB now, but he needs to get out of there. There's a freezing field. And Monet is just blinking away with the BKB active. Insania launches the trip onto the side. There's the charge and the assassinate from long range. The Lich will fall. And Aster, they take that one. But check the Roche Pit, it's not yet up. Another minute and 5, so Liquid will have time to reset if they still want to contest this. Sniper actually switched out the Enchanted Quiver, went for the Elven Tunic. I mean, it's pretty good value as well. 26 attack speed, a little bit of movement speed. The enchant quiver is really nice, but it just shows you the value. Just touch of evasion, attack speed, movement speed. It's sort of what you want as that sniper. Just being able to keep a little bit of a gap between now. I can see he hasn't yet got the concussion grenade. Pretty core item now on the snipers these days. Giving yourself a little bit of distance. And also that disarm. Allows you to go over cliffs. I think they're charging forward again. Aster. XSS. Bouncing for Monet. Level 17 now. Has the crit stick. So no longer is he the water gun sniper. He will hurt. And 2000 HP as well. It's actually a decent amount of HP. I mean, a little bit of strength from the BKB. A little bit of strength from the Hurricane Pike. A little bit of strength from the Wraith Band. Now past 25 minutes. You know, he's just got a little bit of strength here and there. And 2000 HP is now something pretty hard to burst through, you know. Particularly if XSS is around offering the damage reduction. Roche has spawned. Aster looking to back away a little bit. They want to probably take the fight first. They're feeling strong. It's a 5-man smoke from Liquid. They know they're not in the pit right now. They know they've claimed the high ground. The spiders are scouting out now. They're switching sides. Look at the picture drawn. Look at the drawing. That's Insania. He's drawn on the map. He's saying, we are going to go all the way around. This is how far we're going. Does he have another smoke? He doesn't. They're hoping it's going to last in time. Okay, wants to keep those Fiery Soul stacks up. They're going to fall. Going to expire in a moment. Gotta catch a creep wave. Bit alive. Will show. And that's going to probably give Aster the information of where they are. Off to this side. Matu. Yeah, get sight on the XSS potentially. Want to jump forward, but he's not the target. This lad is huge. 2.8k with the gem, Crimson Guard, Wraith Pact. You know, this guy's not the man to initiate on. Ogre Steel Totem on top as well. 5 armor. I have to see what he goes for at level 20, whether it's the atrophy attack damage reduction as well. Addition 15%. Yeah, that's 50% damage reduction. My goodness. That would just neuter the damage from a Tumberman. The alternative is 1% Firestorm burn damage.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
R2 level 20 as well. Has the Rupture cast range. So he wants to be able to get that off at long range before he gets in without getting stunned. Okay, level 22. Look the Fiery Soul stack. Fiery Soul per stack. Plus 50, plus 1%. And this is quite interesting at the moment where teams are positioned. Because they're on... You'd think if you just joined this game that this is Aster's base. When in fact, it's not. This is Liquid's base. Liquid have been chilling on Aster's side of the river for the last few minutes and vice versa. Actually, they see Ori. They get the Rupture off Boxy. Throws him back. There's the bash though from Matu. They're going to burn through the Leshrac. Wraith Pack taken down as well. Buyback from Insania. They want to take the fight here. Aster, I think they do, but they're down one. It's a 5v4 currently. With the buyback coming out from Insania, I mean, you want to move towards this Roche pit. Okay, is Aster just going there anyway? I mean, Aster 1 man down are just strolling into the Roche pit. Liquid, got to respond to this. It's going to be too late if you don't get there fast enough. Clear out the area. Do they even know? There's DD outside the pit. Monet, he's going to grab the DD. He's plinking for about 350 damage. There's the root. LSA on the deck, protects Mickey, but he's getting damaged. Please be careful. Up on the high ground, there's the Chain Frost. He's going to bounce between all of them, actually. There's the bouncers, forcing him back. Spider getting on top of the Crystal Main. Triple buyback now from Aster. They found the buyback from the Leshrac. Ori's come back into it, and they've TP'd up to the high ground. Charge now. They found Mickey once again. Frost Armor will protect Boxy. He gets in the middle of the fight. He's probably going to need to buy back, get back into this. And Mickey, the right-click damage. Do they have enough? The Bloodstone, it's healing up. Ori's walking away. They need to go on top. And Mickey gets it done with the BKB. Lincoln's popped on top. He's still trying to fight, but he's held down on the middle. Evoker's there with the stuns now. And Zai, he's trying to run away. Spiders slowly bringing him down. But the sniper will be able to reposition. Zai with the webs moving off to the side. Boxy coming in. Actually, can they get on top of the sniper? They do! Boxy gets the job done. with the unleash. He's unleashing pain on top of Aster at the moment. Buyback out from Sniper. The Frost Armor. It's not going to be enough to save the Spider. Now the Sinister Gaze pulling back in Baboka. And look who's turned back up. Monet has arrived. He's trying to TP out Boxy. He will. Assassinate. Doesn't cancel it in time. And the Roche, it's still up. Monet into the pit with the Mask of Madness. XSS to tank. Do Liquid have anything left in the tank? I mean, this was buybacks aplenty. It's only showing 2 there. There were way more buybacks in that fight than 2. Probably because of multiple buybacks. 2-man smoke from Liquid. They're going to have to be quick. Boxy doesn't have Unleash. Insania doesn't really have mana. He's going to need to give him the goods. Will he go in? Actually, the catch on the side. It's going to be quick. He blinks in, throws it away. Will he get it on the ground? Where is it? Kill the Roche. Who's going to pick it up? Roshan goes down and it's snatched by Monet. Monet gets the Aegis, but the last hit goes to Liquid. Boxy getting something out of it. And the Sniper, I mean, if he didn't get that Aegis, they used so many buybacks committed for that fight. I mean, let's just check the buyback counter. So on time, we've got, yeah, Sniper used his, Leshrac used his, Marcy, Spirit Breaker, Lich, and the Crystal Maiden. So it was only, I mean, yeah, the Matu and Mike didn't use their buybacks. So, I mean, because they didn't have them, I think. They would have used them if they'd had them, but Aster, they had to get that Roshan after they committed so much. 7k net worth lead now to Liquid. Frostbite up on the high ground. They're plink, plink, plinks. There's a Blood Right on the deck. Catch him. Rupture on the side of XSS. Pops the BKB. Bash is coming out from Matu. Can he get through the... I don't think he can. He just riffs away. He doesn't have enough damage. Charge coming through from Baboka with the Silver Edge and the stun. Monet taking no prisoners. 3 minutes 40 left on the Aegis. And this mid tier 2 is looking a little worse for wear. Liquid, financially, they're still ahead, but they didn't get the lollies. And now up to the high ground they come with 2 dead. Zai out for 47 seconds. The Frost Armor will slow things down along with the Blood Right. Grapnel will provide a little bit of vision in a moment. Backdoor hasn't kicked in again, not just yet. And now it's just your classic sniper gaming. Level 20. Picked up the 28 knockback distance on the headshot. Hasn't yet got the concussion grenade. Actually queuing up the butterfly. XSS has an AC. You can see he took the Firestorm burn damage over the atrophy damage reduction. I would have been really tempted to take the atrophy damage reduction. You saw how much Matama Man had trouble just trying to beat through XSS there. He just couldn't do it. He just couldn't get through him. An additional 15% damage reduction on top of the Wraith Pact. I mean, if there's XSS around with a Wraith Pact on the deck, I mean, we're talking, yeah, what's that, 30%? %, plus an additional 35, 65% damage reduction on the right clicks. That's a lot. I think it would just make it 60%. Like, if they'd make it 50% reduction. I don't know. Obviously, the other thought here is from XSS is that he doesn't need it. I mean, it's like overkill. Sometimes you have too much of a good thing. You can see the spinner's webs are up now for the side of Liquid. Catching him out. Then being placed all across the map. And it's getting caught in the webs. I mean, if you can proc them in safety, it's pretty good. But yeah, I think XSS thinks he's probably got enough damage reduction. He's with the AC on top as well, and the Crimson Gun. I mean, can you actually bring down this man? Up to the high ground they go. Monet has the Aegis for a minute 20, has the DD bottled up, saved for him. And he'll start blinking away at the tower. Frost Armor's only going to do so much. Frost Shield, as the tier 3 goes down, it's a little bit harder to hit the racks because you have to be a little bit further forward. And yeah, Aster realizing this, just back away, knowing that they can't really get too much. Oh, there's a telescope even on Pichu. Telescope giving additional attack range for Monet. He could even have a Grow Bow or Enchanted Quiver, but he's opted not to. He doesn't even need it. He's got so much attack range. There's the Butterfly complete now as well. Does Matu have anything new to work with? He cleared Mjolnir, got the Blink. He needs to be on top of target. Mickey, level 25. Took the Laguna Blade, pierces spell immunity, and is pure. So we're talking now 900 pure damage through BKB. If someone doesn't quite get bursted, they now will. Look at all the webs. There are webs everywhere. You're now entering the lair of Zai. And those that enter do not ever escape. Ori has a timeless relic, so this is basically the item for Lestrak at this point in the game. He wants to heal from the Bloodstone, so getting more damage and the debuff duration, particularly on the Split Earth, as can do a lot of 2k net worth lead now for Liquid. They're smoked up, they're charging forward, they blink in, they want to find the catch. 2KB is popped on XSS, but do you have the damage to bring this man down? No, you just ignore him. Ignore him, you can't. Instead, you get on the Sniper. He's dead for 105, no buyback. Baboka, he goes down as well. The right clicks are getting the job done, and Insania and Zai find XSS off to the side. Pichu will manage to TP away under the cover of the Glimmer Cape. I mean, yeah, if your damage reduction man is not alive, there's actually a gem on the deck. I wonder if coming across this boxy, surely you'll see this gem, right? I mean, they've got a ward on it.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Hello?
attack. Radiant structures
Hello?
are fortified.
I mean, they're pushing the high ground, I see, but yeah, you walk them straight past it, you may as well pick it up. If your damage reduction man is not next to the sniper, then the sniper will die. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We're just going on to the tier 4s. Team Liquid. Oh, they are. This is TI. They know there's no buybacks. They're going to end this game. Look at the spinner snares. They're just slowing them down. They can't get out of the face. Boxy pops the unleash. Crimson Guard onto the towers, trying to offer a little bit of protection. Mickey lost his stacks. He needs to build them back up again. Let's just try and get in. There's Matu. Blinks in onto XSS. Ogre Seal totem away. Can he make it back up to the high ground? Bloodright on the deck as well. He's going to be a while healing, but they're onto the throne. It's falling. BKB Bloodstone from Ori, but I'm not sure he can focus them all down. Zai and Matu, they're off to the side. They're dealing with the Ancient. The BKBs are popped. The Chain Frost is bouncing. They just need to keep hitting it. Game 1, it goes to Liquid. Aster, they're going to have to come back in game 2. And Liquid, they sensed blood in the water, the absolute sharks. And they take it.